is up, you guys? So I am walking you through how to take your body measurements for our accountability group journal that you will be utilizing for the remainder of this group. So each week you have a space on this page, and I'll come up a little closer, but go ahead and print this out. You have a space for week 1, your measurements here, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then you can decide the difference from week 4 to week 1 and put the total lost on this side. So here's why I love this measurements page and why I included it in this journal. Your worth is not found in any of these numbers, period. What you look like, to me, is not what matters. It's what you feel like, if you feel confident, if you feel happy, if you are comfortable in your clothing, if you are present in pictures, if it doesn't take you forever to get dressed in the morning. Like, that's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm helping you work towards. These are just numbers to help you determine how your progress is going in terms of how you're looking, how you're feeling, and your weight. So that being said, I put weight at the very bottom to make sure that you know it's very evident to me that it's not the most important measurement because it fluctuates so much and there's just so many variables included. So go ahead and print this page out, and I wanted to just give you a couple of tips to walk through how to give yourself proper measurements if you're not familiar with doing this already. So what I have is the paper printed out. I have a measuring tape literally from our toolbox. I have a long piece of string, and then I have a pen and my scale down here. So when you're measuring your body, typically what I say to do is go ahead and get your measuring tape out to about however much, like let's say 5 feet, right? We won't even need that much. Lay it down on the ground, and then you're gonna go through each of the measurements on the paper and measure each side the way that it says. So for your bicep, I'm gonna say start in the middle, and what you wanna just try and pay attention to is where you measured this time, and then that way you can accurately measure again and compare really closely. So what you need to do is just find a middle spot of your bicep. You're not flexing or anything like that, and you don't have to pull the rope super tight, but what you wanna do is just pinch it so that you can find where the string comes together, and then keep that spot, and you're gonna measure that out and write the inches down. So I'm right at 11 inches on my right bicep. So for week 1, I write 11 inches. Same thing on the other side, trying to stay super close to where I measured on the right, not pulling too tight, but not pulling too loose. And let's see, I'll say 10.5 for this one. And again, this is an estimate. I'm just trying to be as simple as possible when it comes to taking these measurements. There are tons of guides on Google that you can use as well if you're struggling with this, but you want to come right along the nipple line of your chest for your chest measurement here. So again, pull it kind of to where it feels tight, and then lay the string out on your measuring tape down below. I'm right at 35.5 inches. Write that down. Next up is my waist. I'm going like right above my belly button, honestly right under the shirt. For my waistline, it's gonna be a thinner, usually it's a smaller measurement than your hips, obviously. I am at 31. Hips, I am going to measure right here at the widest part of my hips. Let's see, let me make sure. Oh, mine was way off. We'll go right here. So you're looking for your hip bone, and then come down like an inch, I would say. Here, lay it out, you'll get the hang of it. 36. And then again, same thing for the thigh, find the middle point. You're just really, you wanna make sure you pick a spot that you're gonna be able to remeasure with. I'm at like 20 on the right. And last one. 20.5 on the left. My left side is bigger than my right side, interesting. And then our final measurement, I have my handy dandy scale. I use the Fit Index scale. I love this scale because it has an app that goes with it. I can track more than just my scale, like my weight itself. I would say weigh every single day or each week. So if you choose today, Sunday, make sure you measure again or weigh and measure again next Sunday around the same time to give you a good idea. So if you're gonna weigh in the mornings, you can do that. If you're gonna weigh in the evenings, whatever, it really honestly doesn't matter. It's gonna fluctuate a little bit based on how much you eat and when you go to the bathroom, like don't stress. So hopping on the scale, 145.8. Woo! Writing it down. And that is more than I weighed this morning because I've eaten a full day of food, so that is normal. So as you can see, I filled in all of the inches and measurements for here, and then on the back is your photos measurements. So you can be comfortable and creative with what feels good to you. If you want to take pictures in clothing just like this, you want something that's tight to the point where it doesn't have to be necessarily a bra and underwear, but something that's going to help you see where you are currently physically with your body, not loose clothing. And then something you could do is either record a video or physically take a picture of you. Maybe you're just holding your hands on your hips like this, or your arms are down by your side. And then here, push one arm back so that you can see your midsection. So maybe like this. And then something from behind. Take the pictures, do a video. You'll be able to take a picture moving pretty fluidly without having someone take it for you. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and put that in here as well. Print them out if you want, or just save them somewhere in your phone. This is not something you will ever have to share if you don't feel comfortable. This is totally about being accountable to yourself, being accountable to your goals, and realizing and seeing where you are, taking that just taking note of where you are so that you can be able to see the physical progress that's happening right before your eyes. Because so many times we get so caught up in this number on the scale that we don't even realize that our body composition is totally changing from fat that we have to muscle that we're gaining. And so being able to track your progress in forms of measurements, photos, and weight really will give you a better big picture of where your progress is trending. So be sure to take the time to do these things, fill them out in your journal, and then we will be revisiting them each week in our Sunday or like our weekend reflections together. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. But if not, you are going to crush this thing. Happy day 1.